Hi guys, here's my review of the Ottawa Festival 2013. It was my sixth one, I think, in a row. I started going in 2008, and this year was just incredible. Okay, to start with, I think the bands I saw were Everything, Jake Bugg, Fun, Ellie Goulding, Bastille, Ben Howard, Lawson, Steve Harley and Courtney Rebel, Newton Faulkner, Boomtown Rats, Paloma Faith, Script, and Bon Jovi. The thing I like best about the festival is that there are a lot of stages, but there are two main stages. So unlike Glastonbury and Festival and all those other kind of festivals, you don't have to walk around loads and loads. You're kind of in one area for all the bands you want to see. So if, like me, you're really into your music, there's not a massive gap in between watching things. You're constantly watching someone, whether you know them or not. Another thing I really like about the festival is the music is really mixed. I mean, I'm 18, so obviously I do quite like my chart music. I'm massively into the Script and Lawson. I've seen the Script once or twice at the festival before, and every time I've seen them, they've just been so good. And like, the festival does get quite a lot of criticism for bringing back bands that played before, but the bands that have played before, because they're so good, everyone wants to see them again. So personally, I don't see a problem with that. I also really love the opportunity I get to experience new music. The Boomtown Rats, for example, obviously way before my time. They haven't played in something like 27 years, and somehow I was on the front row for them, and normally they're not a band I'd listen to, but I can't remember who was on after them, but I really wanted to see that band, so I stood there and watched them, and it was really good. And the same with Steve Harley. I mean, my mum's really into Steve Harley, so I thought, I'll give it a listen, and I really enjoyed it. So I've come away now, and I want to go and buy like loads of new music and get into like lots of new stuff, which is quite nice, especially for the summer. You can go down the beach and chill out and just listen to all this new music and just kind of reminisce the festival, if you like, whilst having a barbecue and a few beers. This year I really enjoyed the Strawberry tent. They had England, James Walsh from Star Sailor, who, fair enough, I do see nearly every year, and I love him just as much every time I see him. Ben Montague, who I'd seen supporting the Wanted a couple of years ago, who was incredible, and Lovable Rogues, who I only did know one song, but they're so good. You can't not enjoy their music. You know, you just got to get into the atmosphere, and I think that was a good thing about the Springboard tent this year. There was just such an atmosphere, and the Carling tent, the hip hop karaoke was just hilarious, and it was just surprising. I mean, some people were really good, and some were really bad, but it didn't matter because the atmosphere that was set there was just so friendly, and you know, you just make so many friends that, fair enough, you might not see again, but while you're there, it's nice to enjoy it with people. And I think the festival was a really friendly one. I certainly bumped into, if not fell on, a lot of people this year. I guess I should do a section on the headliners, but in all truth, I only saw Bon Jovi because I was here, there, and everywhere, you know, seeing different people doing different things. I heard the Killers were absolutely incredible, as were Stone Roses. I'm really gutted. I miss them actually, but Bon Jovi on the Sunday night I don't know, it was really electric and weird. I haven't been in an atmosphere like that in a very long time. I'd probably say since the Police played, really, but it was amazing. It was such a good end. I couldn't have thought of a better end to this year's festival. It was definitely something special. So that was my very brief overview of this year's Isle of Wight Festival. I definitely recommend it to anyone. I mean, families seem to get on pretty well there. I wouldn't know, I don't have my own kind of thing, but yeah, families seem to get on really well there. My parents and my little brother, who's 14, went, and they all really thoroughly enjoyed every minute, and as did I, as did everyone I know that went. I didn't hear anyone say a bad thing about it. I really would recommend it to anyone. But yeah, it was probably one of the best, I'd say, since I started festivaling. And I did camp this year, and the camping, everyone had warned me, you won't sleep, you know, it'll be noisy. I slept fine. I didn't have an issue at all. I think we were just so worn out from everything else. It didn't really matter what other people were doing. You just kind of got on with your own thing. And it is just like camping normally, to be honest. I mean, people weren't getting up at 7 in the morning and making loads of noise. You had an opportunity to sleep really as long as you wanted to. It's not far from Newport. We walked into Newport to replenish our beer supplies. So you're not really too far away from anywhere either. It's in a really nice place. with really nice people. I'm obliged to say that because I'm an islander. But yeah, I really would recommend it to anyone. So I'll see you next year, guys.